ñatilena itandi ko Muhammad Bazi ate mo kende jamala tinya naya lonko e temu do ko nolalti kezi londo be bulu keze atale asi kele faye bay albo kibaro fanan solla anim fanan ni ya jamme tambita silol me nyama albo fanan be moy la bi jamano hanabi jamano ate kilimo maba jobo nene ketanum sojar nyaton koti Gambia jang ada ketanum former high commissioner Nigeria ya fanan kili jane commission to membe dendi essential nin tuluma fenlu mel sintanum Gambia tola Nigeria banko kan ya ta mu ambassador ti afane nyi tandiko ye nyaka satelele ya teddibo la kono birido essential nin tuluma fenlu sinna Nigeria albamo ila fanan jane commission to mel nata je wol kono meya lonko anene ketanu Minister of Justice former Attorney General Minister of Justice awasise sabali fadan nata jane commission nyati ngala ada nyin dankeni andiko ya jamme o sede ala ko ye tuloni santi sin Nigeria Gambia banko tola anakulu tata nyamin afanani ya tambita silol menna albol fana moyla bi jamano alba moyla fana en jamano bi alba moyla fana ko karamo jawara me ala fana principal banking official di member Central Bank of the Gambia anata koteke jane commission nyatino la ka senendi Japanese wale Gambia so manolu menna kame Japanese grant ani so rufen kotamlu account olu kodol dunta daning Central Bank la Karola afana nata ko wolle senendi jane commission to ne wato ya di mbita kibar to mal kan melkata dunia bankol kan taring ni lokum kono commission sedo do nata je be ala telen munum managing director ti nawek alhaji Konte anyi tan di jane commission la de ko Muhammad Bazi ko nata mo kendole mu ada wane ata fana lonko itamu professional leti aka kata puri yo be bayala do kola aya fo jane commission nyatino o nyawanya nyi tan di anata kacha nawek dunta kola kol men kono ako be sabo ketanum o mansa kunda men bijang ye dabula bake nawek la kol kono ye bulobula je bakele wala kola ku jamasi nawek ma aya sata fanan akata mu businessman leti ay company so te kaf me daba nan electrical company a nyita di commission la de akay do ko ke nawek bi 1979 janaba fansum company yela akana ne ketanu transmission and distribution manager ti nawek alaji Konte ay tandi fanan ko de ako akita managing director ti nawek 1999 ako bari natala makamo jindi 2001 o kola la nata nawek fangbula ya nyininka fo na fulo do me alon ko nema fen do former president yewol sotono le nawek ban ay nyin jabiro ko ako ya jamme former president la dabulo nawek ayo kolo o sedale ako ketale Mr. Konte ay tan fanko de ako jannim former president ya jamme ba dabulo ako to mo generator bije ka me generator number 6 ako be do ko la famfa be daren akanu generator kendo te generator kono je ay tan fanko de Italian dolu nata num ay ni wo man sakunda men bi jannu ilafta contract ko signal pour generator lu bara ñi tan former president ya ñinin ka pra contract ko signa ko o tembole ko wo former president ya jeme kay ko ndabe kele sedolati ni ñin contract ko signa akay ñim fo ya jamme ko wato dinna ngin kaytol ko ci kendeke Mr. Konte ñi tan commission la de ako former president ye ñim fo italien le ko ate Konte bita kaytol kono be jibela folo akama signa de ako tumole birama sinya ina ta bonde wa palasoto ako kola nyata anata ta nyato ya murundi a palasoto anyi tandi ko de Ahmad Samba Mr. Bazi anim baba Job Muhammad Bazi anim baba Job ifutata malanu officeoto ya fa ko ay tente wo contract ko fe ay so wo contract ko la bara nyim fo ko ana surata kayta ko lela meli ba danke ne andla ko wo generator lu men ya lon ko Mr Basi lafte wafila nawek ma fo generator kutol le muite fo generator kutol le mu ako ina ta nyim fay Mr Basi nyim fay ko president son ta nyim ko la fam pour nyim contrat ko eta anabi abe kumala tumo menna ate alhaji konte daba nan electrical company jane commission nyati na ay wanyaro do fananke me alon ka ko ya jamme ni akiri no state house akaye kewdo taraje tubabo le anim mo fin do wala nyi tan ko generator soto ilafta me wafila man sekundam ako bare e nyum fa ko prayo contract ko signa pour ko generator wafi Gambia ma alaji konte nyi tan ko birintu mo menna ayo kaytu contract kayto be jibe ako ay nata nyinin karo dol fanandi nyim mo fulola ay nyim fo president e ko wato dinna ngata nyin kayto jibe kum jannim man sakunda be nyin contract ko dila pour que nyin generator sang ay tandi ko ke fulole nyim fo ko to ma wato soto to nyanta tila ke finti banko ka wolum fangle bare alaji konte a kerte nyin kanko ako foye wato diala dura nyin kayto jibe kum ako tumol ex president sonta ma wala nata fo ex president e ko mbita mbe kayto jibel ako bare nata ka bare ko aya fa ko bare tele nyim fo ko ku nata bankola nafa kolem anim ite pare la wala bare bankola nafata ko kuto ite dabula la je ako president nata songa mo wala kayto jibe ku son kum ay president ya mari ko kana nyin contrat ko sign follow eni nyin ke fulo ako bire anata watata ako ina birin tumo menna abe managing director nawek ako president wo kaytol wo kol manna nata o contrat ko manna ben ako bare lunkilin sota birabe managing director nawek ako Muhammad Basi Amadou Samba anim Baba Job ina tala officer to ni contrat kaytolu pour Muhammad Basi nyanta Gambia supply la generator sabala mon sekunda supply la generator sabala ate alaji konta ko tumo men na yo kaytolu be jibe ko ni mo sabo lafta ya ni defa ko lafta ni konta ko signa sain ko ya marola membota ex president bulu alaji konte ni foye ko de ako faye e wato diala ay ni kaytolu jibe kum janna bala signaro lale bala ay tandi la ko de generator ibe mangwa fila mansa kundama anyanta kele generator kutolledi ado ako ninga tra ado nyama sede kayto nyanta sotolale memba itan la ko nyin generator ye dadale ye pose ye taste adi aje ko be betarene adi kutama leti fanan ako bari aka kawala nyama ni machine ta ya pose nyobala ya kotobo foya lon ko ya sede ko machine bedatale isinana janje ya ka kesol kono janni ba kila banku kan akaya lo wole nyama asan engineer ako ay nyim foy ko woto nyin na wo kayto le nata sotala membo sede ala ko ye nyim machine lu be kotobo le adi machine kutol le fana moyti ako en sulata o kayto le la ka danke ne ya folo ka itande ko nyin generator mu kutamalleti ba damanta wo manke ay nyim foy ko manta contrat ko signal ako tambole jannibe bolala office to alaji kontela office to ako Amad Samba nyin kuma kan faye foye ko ako nyin kewto sonna nyin kayto signala ngayalon ko mandin kolam adu nyul mangani ya kende soto nyin ya jamme mansa kundai pray kanyi pray ta nyato ako ngala to sonna signala ako mu dangerous kuma kanneta kuma jawbalam woti wo jamano la ye miraw banko be tembo mento jamano la Amad Samba yo kuma kan fo wato la ako til dantan kolala ate alaji konte ya samandi state house me alon ko ya jamme ya kilikaita akata ta yo bianto ay Muhammad Basi taraje Amadou Samba Julia Joyna memunu secretary general ten mo kotamlu ako wotambole ya jamme nata tumi ka faay ko alaji konte ay je letaro be mbulu jang me ñi tandi ko ye safero kele pour ye duku dalasi million kilin nintala pour ye song ye contrat ko di compagnie la kay tengo lonne adu ngaw ko le cede yalla ñeta ko adu jannu wotema alaji konte ko ako birintu mo men Amadou Samba ani Muhammad Basi ni Baba Jobuna dala ofisoto man son signaro kela birin ñilu findita damen Muhammad Bashi dun ta kanne ala office ko na ay bunda tawun ako biray bunda tawun ay afati alaji konte ko akay ngebunya bake lata konteni ta sido ko kenole ako Muhammad Bashi nyim fati alaji konte ko lafita be dala si million kilinin tala dilela nata nyim contrat ko signa isa fo nye doron ko nata foreign account be bulu nsa dundi damen nata dum fane lafta nga ko di mala dila e safo nye bedula ben bedula edla fo nye ni be ben damen nga ko di ma dila ako etebo drone kala bure nyin kamala ngaw ko do dila ako Muhammad Basi ada kay la telephone number diala ta fana na telephone number ta akay mbe kilila rek alaji konte ako birintu mo men na sayta suwo kono akata ala telephone ol be fa ani Muhammad Basi man na nyomoy kotake mobile ota na man na nyomoy ako amanna Muhammad Basi na man nyomoy no kotake wo karola hanabe ka murna wo meeting kam men ketanu state house wolunna bre ya jame ni alaji konte kilinu state house ay nyin kan la ala ka foko ay letaro le soto ka fa alaji konte lafta du ko le mutala mol bulu compinol dol bulu pour que contrat ko soto alaji konte nyin fo ako tumola ko ya jame ko shay wo letaro men be bulu konte la nga safe mon men be bi jang akayto da ya di bela bay kilinkili be a cda ya long fon nasi nyaro bari nasi nyaro nyanta tala lar nga balale adu wol sa cda len tala si nyaro be nyami ako bari alo taw ko no matumo men ya jame nata wo nyamoto ko no doron akoy fam nde ku kumalle so do nyanta men to bodola nden na cabinet akoy ay ben burka wo tambole doron akoy be sayta amma me doron ako enayel nata muta ate alaji konte ya samba adun ako griya samba ako ya nyininka manson jabiro kala ko enayel ko hanal bem fala ako e bari lafta letaro men ya fuko ya jambe ko ngal letaro men safe al letaro bondi jannimbe kuma jabi ako amman siri danta be bulu siri wadi ay tili wadi ay wadi siri enayel bulu ako bari letaro man finti ya jamme atumi toku ya men mbala ay kangala la men ka fay ko ate letaro le savenu pour que du ko kanin akata ko akata fenjabila fonata letaro fintita ay tandi fanan ko de ko biro kolale birin kumo man fem man sotono men si sata ay senya ena yeli nata bula ako biri abula doron ya bayala palaso to ya jamme ya bondi ay tandi fan ko de biri ay tandi ko biri ya bondi ako Muhammad Basi ina taw contrat ko dialale ay pour que generator supply nawekma ako du was generator ako wol generator manke generator kutati de second hand generator le munene tamata le non ako Muhammad Basi la compino atele marsa nawekla labang la fang ala tamando be adum fanan a supply ko la generator atele ke sanso nin tulman fang la ni spare part be supply nawekla dala dame ya lon ka selendi bake aya dala fa ako Muhammad Basi labang ninkumu atele tapale ya dundi je nawek tamandoto ako fan ya jamela dabulo nawek la tamandoto wonata ke kasara bati nawek company yoy fan anata itandi ko ako lonna jamal be no melialon ko engineer very good engineers melialon ko engineer kendol lemu melialo wotumoy be do ko la nawek koto ako janni ako woli jama ba inate la palaso lu mutelale mbaye bay bari man imatano ko me alon kabe ke kan nabe ko jamano alaji konte anata nyi tandi banko ako ay contrat ko do fanan nata wulije pour que nyin kuran polo anen ka kuran jululu saba wo ko do ko aka inata nyo seala anen Musa Basi la compino atela daba nan electrical company ako barate damen di ana Kenya nawe ko sonta ko inyanta contrat ko dilatella bar executive order nata na membo de santo ka fo ko contrat ko di Muhammad Basi la ay ya nyininka ay wollo nyaadile ako mo dolle be nawe men fangli o fate fang adum fanan ne tata kon kaytol jibe ibatar la ko ye kaytol fangli bondi la fang ate men dundi num bidding ke menna ana dalilol landi kaytol di commission la pour ka cda ko nawe kala ate fanan ye kaytol men landi pour yo contrat ko diala ako natra atata silola num dennu atele nyanta do ko kela bari nata kan nata bonan santo ka foko nawek yo contrat ko di Mohamed Bazila alaji konte ako nawek nata nun ko ya nawek to fambulu num ay do ko ka faye ala engineer le melialon ko professional lam yela do ko no le di kesate la do ko la ni yewol bulanum ye nawek tamandi ako nawek be kala company baraka malati num ako nawek nata ko nata num ya to fambulu num ako bi nawek be talla lol la betale to dina bi problem wol men be kono nawek la karola ako dennun ta talla wol kono bi tiloto abe jabirol ke kan commissioner sen la anim ben suda alaaj konte ñi tandiko nawek la bata ko be asunta dabulo le kay interference me alon ko ex president kake ada ñi tandiko nawek ning chainde mbe tamboto ne sen ya ñi ninka fo chaindum nawek be tama kanne independent afambulu ban ako ha ako niaji be chain nawek abe tama ka fambulle do ay bela do ko ke kanne ya mo man sakunda da mambula je mba mo ma da bulela do ko kono anabe commission sofen kwari ka fo me jane commission ay la essence ko fana nata finti nyin ko kono sayin wala mu crude oil me alon ko Nigeria ya di Gambia la asinta nyame anaketa nyame jane commission yenata ko fana nyininka maba job me alon ko num atele mu Gambia la high commission de Nigeria nyimfo jane commission de ako yata bulandi yata tu di bole kono ni essence wala ko la ni tul ma fenlo e mensin Gambia to la Nigeria akata mon fofen kala mutaje nim ko mu yata filindi ko kono le man kuma fay je nyimfo jane commission de akata mu businessman leti akay do ko kenum public service aka anata 2002 ay do ko bula aka ne keta military 1980 kata 1982 dum fana fo aka ne jointa gendarmerie dum kola la bira bota gendarmerie anata join army ate maba jobu temu ko anene keta no interim army commandant le ate maba jobu aka ne keta no interim army commandant le adon aketa high commissionati otumola birin nyin kolbe kala akabe birabe high commissioner ala Nigeria otumo general Sani Abacha wala president Nigeria wotambole inata letaro itandala men safede 1996 adun council bensuda nyimfa ko asafo commission e ate mello wo letaro la koto maba jobe nyitande commission la de ako jile mala sinya foloti anyabe o letaro jela kote ke ya nyininka ay munelong delegation to nim fana ay munededa pour meltata num Nigeria pour nyin kamala ko e chance ko ni tuluma ko men dunta Gambia de Nigeria tema ya jambe jamano ko ate dunta munela je birwo molbita je ate maba job ko ako Samuel Sarr Dominic Mendy batata Jawara ako wolbe mol konole mel nata no Nigeria o kola bara itandi ko akoya kalamtan ya me akal ate ala kalamtan do sodata ada kalamta wato men wala ta ko tambita num ministry kunda men men bantala bankol tem foreign affairs wala kalamtan do kola ko delegation ba mol tata mel fudata Nigeria pour nyanta tulo yin tulo sin ko tobodola Gambia ni Nigeria tema ako bara malle ako letter man futama ala office ka foko wo molbe futala Nigeria le wo kolela anabe na tan nyim fay ko ye nyin karo kalal num me alonko former president member Nigeria Obasanjo ya nyin ka ya fananda le num pour silo di Gambia la ay sanso nin tuluma fen sin Nigeria ay danko akode ako wo tembo watra la ta bota Nigeria ambassador yala sede ata kode ko banku jama mo fi bankolu ye munafan wode mar sifalale me alon ko Nigeria ya dila maba jobi jane commission kalam tandiko ako ya tere mbakele ke Samuel Sarje abe kafri wo delegation molma bare ako Samuel Sarr mantara do ko la Gambia man sakunda ako bare Samuel Sarr nata Nigeria sinya jama o watola anyi tan aka kilo bulata fanan a nyim fo kite bunga ko ako ya kilo bulandi court case la me alon ko kiti ko lam men wulita man sekunda Gambia man sekunda ni kompino do tema me alon ko ya kaytol karangay wo tembole comme sona sene nyim fay ko anin ko mu yate ye nyaka satela yate landi karala janat ako former president yawol katella wala kala ate ako bari amalum mune adna former president mate da bulandi nyim kol kono bara ate jenkendi karala ya nyinin ka me alon ko comme sona sene ya nyinin ka fo aya kala mutako nyin kode molla damma ninkumu conflict of interest wala mu molla haji sula kolu aninke chanson nin tulma fon ci Nigeria ninkumu wal ko ye nyota ye nyomale aye danko ko akata mallo atamallo lawlo la tamandi ni chanson nin tulma fon la singto Nigeria Gambia tola atendende kay tande fananko akane ne man contract signa pour que chanson sing ba tulma fon ci Nigeria Gambia banko tola maba jobu ya ko indi jane commission hanabi jane commission me alon ka be dending wo crude oil la e chanson nin tulma fon me alon ko ya di banko la Nigeria wotumo sane abacha bije hawasi se sabali me alon ko num akeda to ni jana and minister of justice arabi salum anata jane commission nyatirin la men anyi tandiko former president ya jamme ayo dankene yanda malako to nyalem ye chanson nin tulma fon sing Nigeria le Gambia tola abe sede ala mi kola me alon ko aketa kiti kuti yemen ke kwasi Gambia man sakunda kama Angleterre men kombino me kafaye Central Commercial CSA walla kiti o wulindi Gambia man sakunda samandi num o man sakunda ya jamme man sakunda men bi jannum ya sama ye samandi le num men be dendim e chanson nin tulma fam singla kabo Federal Republic of Nigeria ate hawasi se sabali nyitandi ko de akoy o kiti ko ci Gambia man sakunda kama o man sakunda ko do men bi jang 1998 watola atemu wapunisati attorney general and minister of justice bara nyillaje ko akana ta nyillong ke kitio ko lo menna wala mu letaro me alonko abota British High Commission membe bajul meyo copy di ki secretary general wotumu ali ngomlebe secretary general yala wotembole ay commissional kalam tandiko akana ta kayto dada kayto lu beele dale me ay kensum ay ka folda kono ay tandi commission la ay tandi chaferol men tamata ate satening chaferol men tamata Gambia ni Nigeria lañi essence nin tulma kola adunga ko meyo nyaton kaya wala mu Central Commercial Company ti anata kayto lu bedi itandi commission la watina commission la loyaba ami ben suda wotembola ya safe koyo folda wo kaytol be kay men kono koy me alonko wasi se sabali ya nati commission nyatina koy be marke ye kesedoti commission bulu adum commission sontalal wo kaytolu wol kono ye chamandri letaro me alonko abota o kompino bulu me alon high court membe Angleterre wala o kitiyo dada wala ba kitiyo kunna ani letaro nin kaytol men tamata wo kitiyo la koto ya be kayto ta ya tambe ya marke akete jane commission bulu sedoti hawasi se sabali anata tenten kaytande ko akay letaro soto member of Department of State for External Affairs wala munum ministry kunda membe nimbantala bankol tema akana ta nyin koyndi otumo secretary general alungom ko kol membe be dending mansa kunda kotola o mansa kunda membe jannum aka ayo kol be faenne ada nyin kanin abul ko ananta ferol de dalale men satinna anin former president ya jamme sisi kenyin kol kacha awasi se sabali akonin former president ya jamme nata nyojele de isitale de wo crude oil la kola ako wotambole ata me alonko abe high court nyatinga Angleterre ay nyim fay ko ato ko ya ay nyim fay ko akata mon ko idea suda mon ko kulong wo diloto memu nyim crude oil dilti membe Nigeria ni Gambia tema ko ya o fay wonya ako former president nata fay ko isita Angleterre ada nyim fay ko aka mon fofel long ka fo ko be esanso sinkan be esanso sinkan sinna Nigeria Gambia tola ako ya ka mon fofel lonje ako bara kerta kanko aka wo kosi keno nyaadile wo ko be doku no le nyaadile bari fonsi loya nyinin me alon ka silo man sakunda yo kitiyoto ako nyamalem balanso me alon ko ikabe kitiyo wulindi men kama wala balanso men be larin wo esansu ma koto abaye danku ya nyinin ka ko do jollem ako dollar wuli kemo woro dollar wuli tallulu dollar wuli killing ada ko ina ay nyimfo jane commission ko ako former president ya jamme ya misledle wala mu nyinta ya filindile filindi kumo kono membe dending nye chanson ni tulma fion la singla wo kola la na tetlingai adun ko anata fay ana tetlingai ka fo chanson ni tulma fion be sinkan Nigeria le anata nyim fay ko anyanta amako anyanta hanbi akwa nyim fay ko ataya jamme nyim fay ko ako mako rolem me alon ko former president Sani Abacha wala ya di ate ya jambela pour la political career pour sa amakoy ala political career wanya comme ça na senia fo awati se sabali ako nin ko wala nyinti amanka banko nin banko tema nyode mati amunta president tema don nam nyim mako roti badi ko be lori wala kam bari awati sabale ni dankene andi ko ako accountant general amman ko di wo ko di soto me alon ko abotaw échange onin tulma fen la wafoto ako ko di wo ko di mandu wo buloto wala konto kon anata fa ni tan fana anata nyin korsi kotake contract fulan jang me alon ko ya dada pour Gambia si échange sing anin tulma fen ci Nigeria ako me ya sinya man sakunda to yala man sakunda men bijannu wala mu ke kilinte ka fa Abdoulaye Sarr ako bari ike todo ka kili todo fana nalde ika fa Samuel Sarr ako yamaro kan membo ta former president ya jamme bulu adu ane mo kilindo ikafme David Ford wala ya sinya wo kompino tola me Gambia man sakunda samandino awashi sabali nata nyim fo commission ko ako Mr Samuel Sarr ako mole me alonko ya former president ya jamme la kilar ya molem ala MSR lam me alonko ay Gambia diplomatic passport diala ada nyi tandi fanko de Samuel Sarr nyim fay ko ate mu Senegal dinglati adu Senegal nabe tamala aka tama Senegal kaytol la passport la barala julaya kolu aka Gambia diplomatic passport aka wala tamandi je ate Samuel Sarr dol sa fay Abdoulaye Sarr hanbe barista awasi se sabali ay tandi ko former president nyim fay ko minister of trade ya dankene yandi ko crude oil contract a signatale membe laring men signata Federal Republic of Nigeria and Gambia tema ada ay nyin kaninga kayta Angleterre anyi laje ko akalata Angleterre wol kono ya jopa de molale ako bari ako state house le ko do jo ko former president ya lahidi nyamin awase sabale nyi tandiko akalata mo kata Angleterre akani mod ye nyojele men ne ke danum Gambia la loyati jenum bira futata akaya kata pour que go kola la nata pour ake president je former president je fo signa sabanyom wo kola akobara mankeno akofo julay karotil muwanni worawla 1998 akay letaro safe akerta nyin kanko akalafta ya jamme jelale wo karkiling la karotil tansabola wo julay karotil tansabol 1998 bari ako loyal lafta ye lola ku kan e sitama menna akitiyo kono anyi tan ko de akana ta former president ya jamme jele ako barana ta nyim fay ko anyanta abide video sotola ka soto Dominic Mendibulu memunum trade minister wanya anyim fo former president ko ako ate kert ako o fay prashi Dominic Mendi asi abide video soto de obulu akana ta fay ko aswoke bari akwa kerta ko ya jamme ko chay fay fen safe jannu wotema pour jannim be futala Dominic Mendima foy fen safe nimmen ci futama anata itande ko de ako anata state house abotan ko anata bo state house ako inata kili kotake ako bira futata former president nata konton nata fa congratulate kay nge congratulate wala nge tentu ila kata kol kan bara nyim fa ko shay we are parting company wala betala la janne akawtu mole yele taro diala ka fa nge bondi do ko lale keke attorney general ti and minister of justice bari wotu mola abe ku nyini ku dalilol le nyinin kan mel ko eta fer jannabe dunna bari kiti ko la nyindi ada be dunna momento aka lafta lanna ay tara lorin kunke ko kono barabe nyinin karo la tumo menna akwaye ko lu jibe nyamen ako kule be maborin ko kono mole bi je me lonko wala be bitirin kumolu kan men nyanta fe wanyarla ako bari birayo no mata ko ayo ko no baba ka damen doron wotu mole doron ya jamme ya telephone akaina letaro diala kay ngeda handile ay tandi commission la de ako minna ta sha noto fang commission to biriwo ko wonbe fala mo jama ba moyta jele ta jele fang to mo menna abe shatan do kala baynya anen alafita koliye senaya nyamen e mampare koliye senaya ama ko biriya ya bondi ako barata manna na fello nje ko tege biriya bondi baraji tandi ko commission la ko ako minna ta sha noto wala musayin ICC la chief prosecutor Fatu Bomben Sida ako crude oil file akaya chika aya di walala anabi jane commission me alon ko karamo jawara sinya jama anata jane commission nyatilna principal banking officer member Central Bank of the Gambia kotake afindita jane commission nyatilna member den Japanese grant account la wala Japanese wala Gambia ma koy menna kodolu men dunta nyaadi le be wafru ke kam mobile kendol la bulli mobile shop men fele opposite Brikam police station hanabi atente kata jane commission me alon ko karamo jawara principal banking officer wala be sedar kumol di kanje me alon kata ta fu account mo ne lulu même mo Japanese grant itande fanko karamo jawara ako 2KR 2009 account kodo men tuta auto dalasi million lulu wuli keme lulu wuli tansay wuli kononto ada ko yelenu me karotil muanni woro 2012 ila ma account wala labanke wakatanu julay karotil tanni woro 2012 Japanese grant 2KR 1999 ako fanan ya ma follow men kala akata December karotil fulale 2002 bari la labang je la malaba wa account wala o keda December karotil kononto 2002 Mr. Jawara ni tande fanko de Japanese grant 2KR 2000 account balance o membe auto atata dalasi million woro wuli kemenani wuli tan sabo wuli woro wula anin dalasi taworo wula dalasi fula anin budu tam anin saba akoy la malaba o account wala o keda jun karotil tan nin sayle 2004 ako Japanese food aid 2007 account ako balance o membe auto kodo men labanta o account o kono wuli kemo woro wula la wuli tan saba nin nane keme say dalasi tan konondo ila malaba o account wala o keda December karotil tan 2009 Japanese food aid sale of wheat flour account ako Japanese lienso farnyo menna de maroto ako fanan kodo men labanta account to je membe laren wuli kemoro wula wuli muwanni say anin taworo wula darasi saba ako ila follow ila ma account wala kita me karotil muwanni fula 2012 ko Japanese food aid KR 2010 wo fanan ako balance o membe larenje ko do membe larenje say dalasi million muwanni lulu kemo ko wuli kemo kononto wuli tan kononto wuli fula kemo ro wula dalasi tan anin killing anin budu tan nin killing ila malaba o account wala o kita December karo 2013 hanabi abe cede ala kodeke Japanese grant RSS account ako zero balance lebote man fe ofentaraje ila labang ma o account wala o kita February karo kono 2000 ako Japanese grant RSS dollar account o fanan ako fe mantara larinje o fana ya be bondi jele anabi ako transaction mantama Japanese grant SG me alon ko wala mu education project account ako femmanta mawto hanibe Japanese non grant aid RYG Mr. Jawara ni tan ko balance o men belarenje o modal si million kilinati akoy la mala bang account wala waketa October karoti le fulale 1999 hanibe me alon ko abe dending account do fanana e ka fo me ko KR 2004 rice food aid account mano me alon ko Japanese wole banko swala ako balance o men boto saying men belarinje wuli keme kononto wuli talulu wuli warawula ako ila malaba account wala kita December karotil tang 2009 Mr. Jawara ya sedi afananko account do fana me ka kili tore ka bay KR 2009 ako kodo men belari wo balance oto dalasi million tawro wula nin killing wuli keme lulu wuli muang kem woro dalsi mu ane lulu ane budu taworo nin saba akoyla ma wa account le mala ba account la o keta me karotil tan worawla 2012 ako sale of Japanese rice account Japanese le mano men dinna ila wafo wa account men fana yaele ako balance o men tutaje dalasi million tan nin nani wuli kem worawla wuli talulu nin saba ane dalsi kem fula akoyla mala ba wa account la o keta September karotil saile 2014 Karamo Jawara, Principal Banking Officer, Central Bank of the Gambia. Ako sale of fertilizer, yenso jambando memfanana Japanese olu 2K ikafai 2KR 2007 account. Ako kodo membe lari woto dalasi million muanni nani wuli keme fula wuli tansaba de lulu kamelul tansaba dalsi fula anin fana ila malabang wala waketa October karotil tang anin konontele 2010 to tembola itandi ko account tannin nani be dending Japanese grant la anin du kayta kotawol me alonko be tembole account tannin nano me alonko abe dending Japanese wole de maro men ka bankola e ba fly Japanese grant anin kayta kuma kotawol men be dendi wala ye marke ye tenda e sonta ye ta keta sedoti jane commission bulu hanabi jane commission abe tentenne la siotile tene lum me karotili worawla hanbe badamlu wato men bije sinana ta kibarol to melia lonko e bembulu jambi kibarol to itande fanan ko toki fanan na men opposition party o e ka fa di Republican People's Party ya kankula ko e be molo dilale membe challenge ro kala President Recep Tayyip Erdogan ba Cardinal carte fo me alonko President Erdogan ya nyamoto kili e ka fa snap presidential election mo me yilla ma bari carte fo sanji fula benna temal fo killing ate anya aya katandi nanne carte fo katandi nanne pour que mol surprise ko bari opposition ko ya mosoto le membe lola e ba fulae muharim inse e ko mo le me alonko ala fi bata kaje dinol be tare fambulu adu molem me alon ka fa bata Recep Tayyip Erdogan la mansa kundalal ika anene keta dibite wote num 2002 ay tandi fanko de Republican People's Party e plano dada ko be ni ko e pero dada pour nyina musinya foloti ini parti dol fanam be la nyokan nyinjiko kanko foisi Erdogan bute carte fawla men nyanta kelanum Erdogan la parti o me ka fa conservative e ke parti e ko majority la babulu député bungla wala ne nyamoto carte fo kili e kaya kili pour nyin kamala ko kala sembo la fa ko député a carte fo wa fana nyanta kela o lum kiling le lum kiling le jun karotil mo wannin nan budum badamlu wato en so nyila la drom me mutamasi to kumke wala mu la min Jackson jayti ala Sarjo Barrow balnimba alamati to di ala wassalam
ngeen fekk ñu tay ñaata xaalis moom ngeen dugal ci kees gi ak fan ngeen ko dugal musuta am doy nag musuta dugal gémmiñam ci council yi wante ci at mi dugal nañ fa suñu gémmiñ te am na ñetti council tey jii bind naa leen leetar ne tànn nañu ay council ñu ngi war a oote seen first meeting dafa buñ ko netee maa ngi leen a wax ne nañ ko def loolu mooy njëriñu xam-xam ndax loi bi wax ne dañ war a oote jotaayi kansula yi ci loi boobu laa wéeru wax ne nañu ko def léegi fi mu nekk nii ñetti weer balaa élection yi kansul président bi dafa tas kansul bi mu tànn ay ndawam pour ñu yore kansul bi ñooñu ñoo yore kansul bi fi mu nekk nii ñetti weer ñu ngi yore kansul bi ana lu defaru fii ndax clim bi dem na ndax ndox mi dem na léegi nag tànnal ngeen ñu ñetti kansul ñu ngi leen a dig ne bés ba nga xamee ne bés dañoo am seen njëlbeenu ñi ci dara du réere fii ci seen kansul suñ fa jógee dinañ leen wax ñaata alal moo nekk ci kansul bi fan lañ koo dugal te doore ko suñ dooree meeting yooyu dara du réere ci ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekk ci kéyam si soo leen ci boolee moo nag jeex na seen alal du pertaati loo leen dugal ci kees gi di ngeen ko xam fi moo dugal di ngeen ko xam te njëriñ yi li tax ngeen di dugal alal boobu ci kees gi mooy nguur yu ndaw yi dañu ne dafa uutee ak nguur gu mag gi ndax nguur gu mag gi daf leen sori ñoo war a defar yoon yu mag yi ñoo war a samp hôpital yi def ci ay docteur def ci ay garab ñoo war a samp school yi def ci ay teacher di leen jox li nga xam ne moom ngeen war a jàngee ñoom ñoo war a fexe mboolem loo xam ne lii lu leen a jox liggéey la ci réew nguur gu mag gi moo ko war a liggéey seetal géej gi Gambie ni mu day ay benn saxaar ñooy ñëw yeneen doomi réew registré ko di fay lay seen lu tuuti ci xaalis mu dugg ci keesi nguur gi ñuy nappa jën yi di yóbbu te mënoon la ñoo fexe ñun suñu réew alal bi dugg ci kees gi ñu mën ci am ay saxaar yi nappukaay ñuy napp ci géej gi Gambie gi doomi Gambie di liggéey ci saxaar yi te ko wàccee ci réewi Gambie ñuy ko toppatoo loolu jur liggéey ci réew gis ngeen bi nga xam ne foofu la soo ooyee qualité si ñoo defaree naañu sedd yi foofu place yi industrie la waroon a nekk ca nguur gi fi njëkk a ñëw dañ ne suuf soosu pour koo xam ne kii dafa bëgg a samp factory foofu nga waroon a dem samp gannaaw gi ñu jël suuf sa yëpp réew dafa am kansul njëriñi kansul mooy da ngaa seet ñaata nit ñoo toog ci suuf si ñaata alal moo fa nekk ak yan man-man moo fa nekk su ko defee nga ne fii lañ war a samp hôpital fii lañ war a samp school fii lañ war a def garage fii lañ war a def marché fii la yoon wi war a jaar fii la ndox mi war a jaar mbalit mi fii lañ ko war a jëlee di ko yóbbu feneen ak liñ ko war a toppatooyee su taw bi ñëwee ndox mi fi muy wàcc fii la war a jaar pour mu génn ba nga xam ne këri nit ñi du mun a am ndox loolu yëpp xam-xam la boo xam ne nguur yu ndaw yi dañ ko war a toog xalaat ko mun a xam naka lañ koo defee ndax suñ place bi mun a nekk place bu rafet a rafet nga xam ne nit ki du dëkk ci tilim nit ki du dëkk ci foo xam ne bi da ngaa rus sax ne fii nga jóge loolu mooy liggéey kansul moo tax kansul am-amam nekkul rek ci li ngeen a fay ci pays kër yi ak ci marché yi gis nga pôle yi lem fay pôle li fi ni li nga xam ne mooy téléphone ñi ko ci samp dañ cee am xaalis moo tax ñooñu tam dañ war a fay kansul bi xaalis ndax ñu ngi am xaalis ci loolu moo tax dañ war a fay kansul bi tam xaalis su ko defee xaalis boobu moom la ñoo war a jël def leen robinet mbedd yi moom la ñoo jël war koo toppatoo yoon bi moom la ñu war a jël fexe ndox bi muy dem fi mu war a dem moom la ñu war a jël fexe mbalit mi mu dem fi mu war a dem loolu la ñu war a jël samp ay live bi seen doom yi di ci mun a jàng moom la ñu war a def samp ci ay conference center yoo xam ne di ngeen fa mun a dem di ci waxtaanee moo war a isi lamp mbedd yi moo war a tax dëkk nekk dëkk boo xam ne bii di nga kontaan ne fii nii suma dëkk la bon nag ñu ngi leen jox Adama Ba pour mu nekk seen meyo ñun dig dañ leen ne soo leen ko tànnee boole ak ñetti nit ñi nga xam ne doy am nañ ko ci kansul bi dina nekk njiit boo xam ne mboolem kansulo bu nekk ci biir kansul bi di nga jaar ci yoon bi nga xam ne moom la leen a jaar ndax dafa nekk yoon bi nga xam ne moo nekk seen njëriñ te ñun ñu ngi leen a yëgal ne su fekkee ne tànnal ngeen ñu meeyoo ak suñu ñetti kansula yi ngeen doo gisu leen dara ci seen dëkkuwaay loo xam ne ni seddal na seen xol ndax kansul mun naa ñëw sax bay jur liggéey ci kansul bi ndax nguur gu mag dañ ko day jox alal société bi ñoo jëlee doomi Gambie bitim réew di leen isi lu ëpp juróom-benn téeméeri million jox nañ ko nguuri Gambie pour dimbale ndaw yooyu léegi kansul bi foofu la ndaw yi toog bon nguur gu mag war naa jël ci alal jooju mu dénk ko kansul bi mun naa registré ndaw yooyu yëpp seet yan façon projet moom lañ bugg a doxal pour ñu mën a dundal su ko defee kansul bi dina mën a toppatoo loolu nguur gu mag bi dañ doo am ay nit yoo xam ne bitim réew dinañ wax ne dañoo dimbale jigéen ñi ñu jox leen xaalis bu bëri wante jigéen yaa ngi toog ci biir kansul yi bon nag nguur gu mag gi dafa am contrat ak nguur gu ndaw su ko defee xaalis boobu mu génne ci jox ko nguur gu ndaw gi registré jigéen yooyu ci marché yi ak place yoo xam ne yi place yi jaayukaay la ak liggéey la su ko defee ñooñu itam am seen projet yi su ko defee nguur gu ndaw gi di mun a dimbale ñooñu itam ci seen projet yu demee noonu la ñu liggéeyee réew nguur gu nag gi ndaw gi def wàllam nguur gu mag gi itam def wàllam bon nag ci gàttal ñu ngi leen a dig ne soo leen tànnee meeyo doy ñetti kansulo yi ñu am ñu boole leen ñu nekk ci KMC ci ñeneen ci at gisu leen fa loo xam ne lii fees na seen bët suñ ñëwee ci yéen ne sànni leen ñu président bu leen ñu sànni suñ ñëwatee ci yéen ne sànni leen ñu député bu leen ñu sànni suñ ñëwatee ci yéen ne sànni leen ñu kansulo bu leen ñu sànni yéen a ngi dégg wax ndax nit war ñoo taxaw ci kanam yi nit ñi nga wax moo xam ne ca ëllëg duñ ca gis dara te yéen a war a eewu xam ne li tax ngeen di tànn kansulo li tax ngeen di tànn député li tax ngeen tànn président mooy pour ñu liggéeyal leen kon nag suñ leen waxee dara teesuwaat ci yéen da ngeen leen a jël compte ngeen seet ndax ñu ngi leen a liggéeyal suñ leen liggéeyal la ngeen génne leen fa def fa leneen noonu la réew mi war a doxe te ngeen bàyyi xel itam yéen mii toog naan yàlla moo leen tànnal président moo leen tànnal ay député moo leen tànnal ay kansulo yàlla ngeen tooñ yàlla de ndax yow soo nekkee béykat li nga xam ne mooy nawet ñëw yow nga am gerte gi ñu ne la tànnal nga dem tànn jiw bu wan ji ko ba pare di ñaan yàlla pour nga am nawet bu baax yow kooku yaa ngi ñaawal yàlla de daf la ne nga tànn lu baax nga ji ko nga dëkk yàlla loxo nag ñaan ko bon nag député itam jiw la kansulo jiw la maire jiw la président jiw la yaa war a tànn li la óor ne lii dina la itil lu baax nga dëkk yàlla loxo nag pour nga am réew mu baax soo ko deful yaay continuer ci soxla li ma bëgg nag su ma mujjantali wax mooy ngeen xam ne Gambie bi ñu ko sotti lañ yaakaaroon mooy doomi Gambie yëpp dañoo ànd nekk benn dañoo fàtte parti yi fàtte xeet yi duñ seetaati diine nit yi dañoo ne ñëpp doomi Gambie lañ ñun ñëpp nañu ànd nekk one Gambia one nation one people suñu àndee nekk benn liggéey réew mi ñetti at parti yi jóg nag ut réew mi dafa fekk nag dox nekkaatul ci réew mi ku nekk xam na bopp ku nekk xam na ki mu doon ku nekk xam na li mu moom ku nekk xam na ni mu ko war a dénkaane mu jëriñ ko su ko defee ñu ut réew mi loolu lañ ci yaakaaroon wànne ràcce tey sa kanam loolu taxutoon ñu ne ñu sos réew loolu li moo indi benn nit ñooy am ñi ci des juddu ci coono màggee ci coono màggee ci coono dee ci coono doom ci coono dee ci coono sëtti ci coono dee ci coono loolu taxutoon ñu ne ñu sos réew bon nag mbir maa ngi ci seen loxo lii doolin la ku ci eewu tànn li nga war a tànnee ñu jubale nag ci wote bu mag loolu su amee rek réew mi dafa nekk seen bos li ngeen soxla mooy am njiitu leen fonk dinañu am waaye nag soo ne dama jaay suma carte wote bi nga téye ne faydal yaa ngay jaay ci marché bi bor bu set nga koy $50 léegi nit ñoo jox la saaku maalo nga foog ne yaa ca nekk nga delluwaat ca marché ba di fayaat fukki dalasi ci benn weer fukki dalasi bés bu nekk ñaata la 300 dalasi ci benn at ñaata la ay thousand dalasi mu mel ne xaalis ba ma joxoon ci benn saaku maalo ba jëlaat nañ ko yow nga continuer ci sa coono nit ñi nag su fekkee ne loolu la ñu bugg ngeen continuer loola soo leen buggee moom nag seen bopp moom seen réew génn ci coono bi bon nag eewu leen carte duñu ko jaay duñu ko maye dañ koy dénkaane jërë leen ñëpp ci dëkk kon jërëjëf wax nañ leen ne réew ay xam-xam ne borom xam-xam ñoo koy liggéey wax nañ leen ko ne yàgg nañ leen koy wax de bu ñuy wax yëpp boobu lañ leen di wax réew ay borom xam-xam lañ koy dund kon dencee réew borom xam-xam bi la liggéeyal soo ko dencee ku la jox saabu maalo dina demaat ci la saabu maalo boobu ay saabu maalo balaa ngeen di jot balaa bu leen am seen jot dafa fekk yéen coono bi réew na de bu leen nangu loolu bu leen nangu di joxe seen saabu yi ci ay saabu maalo bu leen ko nangoo joxe yi ay saabu sugur bu leen nangu loolu jox leen ko borom xam-xam yi dañuy ñëw taxaw wax ak yéen su lay eedu la nax parce que nga eedu waaw ñu leen a nuyu guddi si na duñu wax lu bëri li xalifa lu ñu waroon a wax yi wax na ko ma yokk ci rek ne dig bu leen xalifa jox dig bu wér la mais su nekkee ne ñu nekk nañ meyo ñu ngi am ñetti kansulo fu nekk nii dinañ liggéey pour nit ñi dara du nëbbooti loolu passé na déclaration loolu moom loi moo ko santaane ne luy
I think at some point I will come back again, probably tomorrow or Friday, and go into detail. Very detailed information will be supplied regarding activities happening right now in the Gambia, and I hope before I come back on Friday we will have a clear indication of what and where we're going to go as a party, APRC party, regarding in relation to the mayoral mayoral race. So I want to look at a few things today. I will be looking at IEC first, because it's very important that Gambians take note of activities of the IEC, and I'll be looking at the petition that was filed against two of our candidates, one for KMC, one for Basse. I'll look at developing stories regarding IEC, voter registration, voter transfers, and I will be looking at our army and the scandal, financial scandal that's gripped our army. Apparently during the APRC era, the army was political. It was being used by the former government, by the former head of state. Today, the army is being used and abused more than at any time in its history, and I'll be discussing, and I'll let you know why. I will also be looking at the local government election going forward, the Gambian media versus the Gambia's mighty APRC, and I will be discussing reasons why we take some of the steps we take as a party. And I want people to understand that the APRC is one of the very few parties in the Gambia, if not the only party in the Gambia, that has a proud record to look back on, compared to the other parties who are probably very jealous, immensely jealous of what the APRC has achieved. We have a history to fall back on, a pleasant one. Mistakes were made, but we have a history to fall back on, something that none of the parties in the Gambia currently has. And I'll be looking at other issues, developing stories in our country today, politically, security-wise, economically, and obviously I'll be talking about the Commonwealth Head of States, or Heads of States meeting in London, and how it developed, some of the utterances of our government, centering around the British Empire, our independence, oil, and same-sex relationships in the Gambia. I will discuss those. Again, thank you very much if you're tuning in. My name is Lamin Tamba. If it's the first time you come into my platform, I am one of the APRC supporters. Out of thousands of APRC supporters, I just happen to be one of the loud ones. Thank you very much for tuning in. And hopefully you will share some of the points with me, and you will believe that at this current period, the APRC as a party stands at a great disadvantage, not because of our effort, not because of our determination, not because of our output, not because of anything else but the IEC. If you do not know what the IEC is, you're not familiar with Gambian politics. The IEC is the Independent Electoral Commission. The Independent Electoral Commission conducts elections, democratic elections in the country, and was formed several years ago. And the Independent Electoral Commission, which is shortened to IEC, was supposed to be independent. Its charter is independent. Its description is independent. Its name is independent. Its activities were supposed to be independent. Its utterances were supposed to be independent. Its judgment of cases and parties were supposed to be independent. It is everything but independent. And I'll tell you why. The IEC, the Independent Electoral Commission in the Gambia, which is the authority that oversees the conduct of elections from start to finish, including the declaration of the results, is notorious for making mistakes. Grave mistakes is made. Mistakes that nearly set the country on flames. At the time they made the worst of the mistakes, I'm saying the worst of the mistakes because they make mistakes every turn. Every angle you turn, every direction you turn, the IEC is making mistakes that we can no longer accept as a party. The APRC has been at the receiving end of IEC's erroneous decisions and declarations from day one. And this began in 2016, coming to this day. And today, our party has decided we're going to stand up. We're going to have backbone. We're going to stand up and make APRC realize that we live in a so-called democracy. It was supposed to be a democracy, this. And the democracy and its electoral process was supposed to be overseen by the independent. And I emphasize this, independent. It was supposed to be overseen by the Independent Electoral Commission. Unfortunately, there's a lot to be desired of this Independent Electoral Commission. We cannot sit back and allow the IEC to declare double results, and at the end of the declaration, we lose out. They've done it in the 2016 presidential elections, and there was no official apology from the IEC to say to APRC or the Gambian public, we apologize, especially to the person who's the victim. The APRC, you apologize to the victim and make them understand that something has happened that's put them at a disadvantage. And that's a disadvantage. That's APRC lost out in 2016. The IEC didn't want the petition to be heard. The nation, some part of the nation didn't want the petition to be heard. When the dust settled, one would have expected the IEC to come back and say to the APRC, you know what? I think we made a mistake by giving the nation two results, by giving the world two separate results. The first result showed that the APRC was badly beaten. It was a resounding victory for the coalition. And it turned out the second results that were declared were very, very close, and it caused a lot of mayhem. It was a cause for concern. And the APRC put in a petition within the deadline through the right channels. It went to the courts. But the IEC and the other interested parties in the whole of Gambian affairs didn't want the petition to be heard. We have all got questions as to why they didn't want the petition heard. The Bar Association of the Gambia, which was prominent and standing in front of the APRC petition and putting roadblock after roadblock and denying judges to come and have a fair hearing of what transpired in 2016 presidential elections, the Bar Association stood in our way And they stopped the hearing taking place, even though it's been confirmed that some Commonwealth countries are willing to supply the courts with judges to have a look at the petition. If it was a fair process, it didn't matter whether the court was sitting before, or the court was sitting currently, or the court is going to sit next week. If you believe you're on the right, and you've got everything right, you wouldn't mind who's going to come and sit. In fact, the judges who were supposed to come and sit over the APRC petition in 2016 were new judges to the country. They were not returning judges. They could not have been corrupted. They had no dealings with the APRC before, or the opposition in the Gambia before. Why then did the Gambia, why then did the interested parties, why then did the forces stand between the APRC and the hearing of APRC's petition? This is the question every Gambian has been asking. At the time the heat was on, people were confused. People's brains were not working at optimum temperature. So I can understand people standing in the way and saying, no, it's not going to happen. But now that we've all settled down into this new Gambia, so-called new Gambia, which is not new, by the way, what they did, they glossed the Gambia, and within that gloss, everything was a rot. And now Gambia is falling apart into pieces. So the same IEC, they never said sorry. They never put their hands up and said, look, we're sorry for what happened. Let's have a fresh election. They refused it. The petition couldn't be heard. Election couldn't be held again. So governments changed illegally, I would say, because the petition is gone and judges were supplied for IEC, and the Bar Association and the other civil society stood in the way of justice. Justice was denied. But still, we stepped down. With a lot of fuss during December, we stepped down and gave the country to the new Gambia. New Gambia, they said. What's new about this country? Can anyone tell me what's new in the Gambia right now? Actually, something is new. We are beginning to see the sort of behavior, starting with the Independent Electoral Commission. We're beginning to see the sort of behavior that we've never seen in our country before. And that starts with our electoral house. Our election house is in total disarray. Nobody has confidence in them. Not even the ruling government has confidence in them, because if they had, they would not be playing the games that they're playing on the Gambian electorate. If you have confidence in an election house, you do not go about meddling with the voters list, meddling with nomination times, arranging special arrangements for certain parties within the country while the other parties are being disadvantaged. And one of the parties who are at the receiving end of IEC's errors for the fourth time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the fourth time APRC has been at the receiving end of this government's or this IEC's error of judgment. This is the fourth time. This is not new. This is nothing new. They've done it in 2016 presidential elections. They did it in 2017 National Assembly elections. They've done it at the local government elections. And now the IEC candidate has been disqualified illegally. Because we looked at the electoral laws. We looked at the Local Government Act. We looked at our constitution. Yes, there is evidence of the chap being fined, been taken to court and got a fine. What people need to realize, not every case in court is a criminal case. And this is what our Gambian people need to understand. This is what IEC need to understand. You know, parking companies can take you to court for refusing to pay parking fines. If they win the case, you get fined. Refusal to pay could lead to further enforcement action in terms of court. That doesn't make you a convict. That doesn't give you a criminal record. People need to understand these things. Our people are used to jumping on the bandwagon as soon as they hear something. It's sentimental justice. It's family justice. Is that person is my friend, is my relative. People jump and support or deny things based on party lines or family lines or based on disgust or dislike for somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, the IEC, this is the fourth time. They never made mistakes when it comes to certain parties. They never made mistakes. The IEC chairman told the world, told Gambians, that he was happy that the election results went against APRC. The IEC chairman is being interviewed sitting on the same platform as the UDP. He is supposed to be independent. He was not supposed to voice out opinion in favor of one party against the other. The same chairman was seen going to the electoral process with the ruling government, to the polling booth. He's met opposition party members behind closed doors, unannounced, in a private place. IEC number 2 is raking in government contracts for every reason. These government contracts have not been tendered. They haven't been put out there for the public to bid for these contracts. These contracts are taken up and given to them just like that, with no due process. How many people bid for these contracts? Why is government business being held in a private hotel? And on top of that, we're paying the hotel shareholders, owners, millions and millions of dollars just to have government business in their hotels, when we've got loads of government buildings where these activities could have been held and held in secrecy. On top of that, these activities could have been held without costing the government a penny. Not a butut, ladies and gentlemen. Why is the Gambia government compensating the owner of this hotel for work that we don't know? These contracts were issued to these people. Did they say why? Again, we've seen people meddling with the local government elections. The same people they gave contracts to develop our airport without going through the due process. So it's almost like everyone that was involved with the IEC, with our government, with our electoral system, everyone that stood up, everyone that put their hands into dropping the APRC government down to the ground, is being rewarded in this new Gambia. All the people who've been clamoring, shouting and screaming, yelping, have been rewarded with diplomatic positions, diplomatic passport, ambassadors at large, contracts left, right and center for people who work in an independent electoral commission. The same people who are today disadvantaging the APRC party. They've disqualified a candidate who shouldn't have been disqualified. And I can tell you why. Our electoral laws, looking at the 3 law books, the true 3 law books that govern the way elections should be held in the Gambia: the Constitution, Local Government Act, and the IEC rules, election rules. None of those bars Pa Amadou Suso. Pa Amadou Suso's case is the same as Rambo. Similar, not the same. They're similar. Rambo is qualified, Pa Amadou Suso is disqualified. Is there any reason for it? There's no reason for it. There's no tangible reason for it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the IEC playing their games. And there's evidence that they're meddling with the way candidates are campaigning. Today, IEC has ordered one of the independent candidates to change the color of their party just 10 days before the polls. What's that supposed to do? That is supposed to make the supporters of that party confused, so that when they go to the polling booth on the day of the election, they'll think, oh, it was the grey ballot box that I was looking for, and they've got a yellow one, and they've got a green one. This is deliberate, is calculated, and the IEC is doing it in order that some of the candidates will have an advantage beyond others. So some of the candidates will have candidates above the others. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at crossroads in our country, and our election house, if we're not going to track them, if we do not stop some of their practices that they're engaged with right now, we are about to toe a very dangerous path. And I'm appealing to every Gambian right now to stand up in solidarity with the APRC party to make IEC independent the way they were supposed to be. Every other party from every other person from every other party should show APRC solidarity, so that our IEC will begin to take the Gambian seriously. We should all stand up. We should all come together and put pressure on this supposedly independent electoral house. We need to make them realize we can't be pushovers anymore. Today is the APRC that's at a disadvantage. Tomorrow it could be another party. The next day it could be another party. But so far, 2 years in a row, it's been one party that's been on the receiving end of this government's malpractices. They've ordered Papanjai to change his party colors. They've disqualified one APRC candidate and qualified one, and they've got similar cases. Both are just fines. It's like a parking fine. It's like a disagreement with a civil company. They take you to court, they fine you. Failing to pay, then you got other cases to take up. This is the same as slapping somebody and they forgive you. Because slapping somebody can be seen as ABH or GBH. It can be grievous bodily harm, it could be aggrieved bodily harm. Depending on which lawyer wants to make life difficult for you. But then the victim can suddenly turn around and say, I've forgiven you. If this government has employed 4 convicts in their cabinet, top position, and the Gambia government, the president, openly admits breaking immigration laws in other countries, who is the IEC to tell us that our candidate who's just been fined, or both our candidates who were just fined, cannot contest in the local government elections? Who is the IEC? And there's rumor, there's strong evidence, strong sources, strong material coming from Europe to say that the UDP candidate for Banjul was convicted in Germany, possibly convicted in Sweden. All these convictions are valid. They should have been carried over to the Gambia. Is the IEC investigating it? No. They qualified her straight. Ladies and gentlemen, APRC is on the verge of demonstrating on Monday at 8 a.m. We're walking from our party leader's house to the IEC. We're still consulting our members right now, but this is what we're likely to do this coming Monday. And I want the whole Gambia, the entire Gambia, to come out in solidarity with the APRC and show this government that is enough. We've had enough. Enough is enough, and we are not going to take it anymore. We just about had enough. One house cannot be putting one other house in constant mess every single time. It's the same house that's been trodden on, that same house that's been trampled on, that same house that's been pooed on, that same house that's been weeded on. This is about time we pulled our trousers down and sprinkled them with pee as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to stand up. Today is the APRC. Remember what I said last year? If your neighbor's house is on fire, help them put the fire out. If you don't, your house might be next. And I would like all the parties in the Gambia to come out in solidarity with the APRC and say to the IEC, we expect your house to be independent. We do not expect some of the conduct we're saying, some of the relationship, uncomfortable relationship we're saying between you and the government to continue. Let that cease, and that must cease immediately. The APRC is not going to take it anymore. They've already put our Bashe candidate at a disadvantage. He's already on the back foot, or maybe a few steps behind. Because he wants to campaign, he can't campaign. He wants to campaign, he can't campaign. They're giving him mixed messages. The other day they said the appeal was accepted, and then they turned around and said the appeal is not accepted. Who is the player behind this APRC petition? Obviously GDC is the facade, but who else is the main player behind the scenes who's trying to stop APRC candidates from contesting, ladies and gentlemen? Who's the main player? Who are the subterfuges? Who are the jesters? Who are the instruments of darkness? Who are going around committing crimes, electoral crimes that they should not have been committing and getting away with it? All the clandestine activities of this government, we know, ladies and gentlemen. The only trouble is, in our country, to get actual facts, the evidence red-handed, to catch people and show them up to the whole world, it's difficult. But our people talk. Our people will do something and they tell you exactly what was going on. We've tracked some of these people buying voters' cards. We track people giving people $1,000 and a bag of rice just because they want votes. Election season philanthropists. We've seen fake candidates going in gutters and digging up gutters looking for votes. These people were not known for community work before the mayoral race. Some of these people are not qualified to run their own houses. But here we are. It's the APRC that can be disadvantaged every single time. We are this IEC's punchback. And well, guess what, IEC? Because you've punched it so much, you know the plastic? You punch it so much, it dries up, and it hardens up. We're toughened up now. We're about to push back. The elasticity is over. We're not going to snap. We're just hardened up under that heat and constant punching. The elasticity is gone. We'll become hard plastic now. We'll soon be rocks. And you'll soon find out. The Independent Electoral Commission needs a total revamp. We have no confidence in them whatsoever. If our executive go ahead with the plans of demonstrating on Monday, we'll come out, we'll hold a peaceful demonstration, but we'll make it absolutely clear to APRC, crystal clear, that we're not going to take this kind of rubbish anymore. This sort of gibberish will not be taken by our house anymore. You're just about to set the Gambia on flames. And it's only the love of Gambia that forced us to leave government in the first place. That forced us, after 16 months in government, for us to lay low and let this government collapse by itself. And you can all bear me witness. The government is collapsed. We do not have a government in the Gambia. We have a gang running our country. Nothing is working. Armed robbery every single day. Yesterday there was robbery. The day before there was robbery. The day before that there was robbery. People are stabbing people left, right, and center. There's no water and there's no electricity. No medical care. The environment has been damaged. What is this government in there for? Why are we standing and watching our government drag our country through the mud, ladies and gentlemen? UDP have bullied the IEC into getting a top IEC official to call Papanjai's campaign and say, you guys got to change your colors. Because your color is going to make people believe that you're a coalition candidate and it's going to take some votes from us. Because that's what it is. They are rattled. UDP never thought Gambians were this smart. Gambians are fighting back. They never thought Gambians are so smart to fight back at the polls. Once they got destroyed at the local government elections, councillor elections, they started trying all tactics, underhand tactics. They're not playing fair. Voter registration, new voter registration is taking place. They're transferring voters from upcountry to KMC because KMC is their prize jewel. They want to win that at all costs. And we heard all stories about how the oil companies are trying to buy the KMC seat for one of the candidates. And by extension, once they've got that KMC seat, they're going to buy the country. So Gambia, with all its oil potential, with all its resources, are going to be owned by foreign oil companies. This is the bigger plot, ladies and gentlemen, and we must all stand up and refuse it. Is APRC complaining now? It won't be long. It will be the entire country complaining. This is why we must track it now. We must sort it out now before it festers. This is a wound. Before it gets down deep into your tissues, make sure we deal with this. Because once it starts hitting your muscles and your ligaments and your tendons, let's track it. Once you hit those instruments of movement, we can't move. The country is sold. Right now it's sold. If a country's security is controlled by outside forces, if a country's economy is controlled by outside forces, if a country's waters are controlled by the outside forces, if the country's airspace is controlled by the outside forces, what else is left of our country? We are in colonialism 2.0. The remainder of it is the physical land we have, the KMCs, the Banjuls, and this is what the oil companies and the global, I don't want to mention that construction company, the one that got the airport contract, I don't want to mention it. That country wants KMC so that they can take government property, government land, and build their private businesses. We know who this guy is. He's got the contract at the airport without even bidding for it. They just handpicked him and gave him our prime land at the airport and told him to develop it without going through due process. No legal tenders, no bidding from other companies. We give it to Tough Global. And the same Tough Global that is purportedly involved in the Banjul, War Banjul, infiltrated it to buy the electorate so that they can vote for UDP candidate. The same thing they're doing in KMC. The Tough Global, the Far Oil Company Limited or Erin Energy or whatever, these are all strong rumors from their own camp saying this is beyond Gambia now, this is beyond party politics. This is beyond party politics, ladies and gentlemen. Gambia is on the verge of going into the pockets of the wealthy. And that land in KMC, prime land, will be put in there. And they'll sell that land back to you, the voters. They are going to take that Gambian land and sell it back to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they want in KMC. KMC is up for sale. They're going to sell it. They're going to sell it. They've already started bulldozing all the small businesses in the tourism development area. Small businesses that form the basis of any economy, every economy in the world. This government says they're creating jobs, but they're destroying jobs. They're destroying people's livelihoods. There's no security. People do not sleep or live. Even in broad daylight, people are not safe in their houses anymore. No security. Any other person can walk into your living room, your sitting room this minute, and take your TV in broad daylight. Somebody can walk into your shop in broad daylight and rob you and take your material, and nothing is going to come out of it. The APRC is going to hit back. We're not going to take this. There will be no 5-0. This is 4-0. You seen how many times we've given the IEC and this government to clear up their own mess? They can't clear their mess. It's almost like their bombs are full of all sorts of problems, incontinence. They can't control their bowels either. We're giving them time to clear up their mess. We're giving them time to settle down. One thing this coalition government is lucky with is having decent opposition, well-behaved opposition. When APRC was there, it's one instigation after another. It's one trouble after another. Even armed men were sent to go and overthrow the government time and time and time again. And when they get caught and they get dealt with, oh, the government is brutal. This government can count itself very, very, very lucky because they've got opposition that are well-disciplined, well-mannered, cultured. We're not creating problems for this government. We're not creating fake news for this government. We're not destroying this government's algorithms online. Something I'm about to do. Create a website and write articles. Get people to write articles. So when you search about Gambia, you get negative algorithm that affects travel of people that want to go, travel and investment of people who want to go to the Gambia and invest. This is what this government doesn't realize. If we start writing on our own website and blogs, this government is going to have so much negative press, it's going to affect investors. Already the investors are shying away. I know 2 prominent investors that went to the Gambia, and they shied away from investing in the Gambia. 2, because of corruption. The other one complained not only about corruption, but lack of energy supply, and most importantly, security of their business. Because the 2-3 weeks that they spent in the Gambia has been marred by crime after crime after crime and incessant power cuts. This is what this government doesn't realize. I personally will create an independent website that will have endless blogs about this government now. We're giving them enough time to settle down. They didn't take the opportunity. Barrow government should consider themselves lucky. We're not sending people to go and overthrow him. We believe in democracy. We're giving him time to settle down. Even though in mature democracies, they never give any government time to settle down. They never give any candidate time to settle down. reason they don't like APRCs. Every corner of the Gambia you turn is an APRC project. The road you drive on to go to your parents' house is APRC. The telephone you pick up and talk is APRC. The mobile phones. The TV you watch every day is APRC. The university you go to, the schools your kids go to. That element of jealousy. Well, positive jealousy is good, but this government has got the negative side of it. After 22 years of dictatorship, our president is so programmed like a robot. He goes, after 22 years of dictatorship, after 22 years of dictatorship, after 22 years of dictatorship. He never says, in 15 months, this is what I did, this is what I did. In 16 months, this is what I did, and this is what I did, this is what my government did. No, he's always after 22 years of dictatorship. After 22 years of dictatorship. So in 16 months of being in government, what did they achieve? The goat bridge and the price of bread has gone down by $1. I saw the trade minister jubilating. Yeah, the price of bread has gone down by $1. Yes, we achieved something amazing, brilliant. And when they built that goat bridge in Bundung, that cannot transport a grown man, they built the goat bridge. They put the UDP flag there like UDP flown a man to Mars. It's almost like Gambia's flown a man to the moon. They were so happy, they were jubilating it for building that goat bridge in Bundung. I was like, what? I mean, who talks about that bridge? They planted the UDP flag on it. A year later, the price of bread has gone down by $1. And the trade minister, who goes to the Arabs and tells them Gambia is still an Islamic republic, that's what she does. She goes to the Arabs and says Gambia is still an Islamic republic, but when he goes to the West, he tells them that we're a secular state. That's what the trade minister is doing. She had a badge right in front of her seat. It says the Islamic Republic of the Gambia, and that was in Arabia. Next thing they in New York, they said, oh, the Republic of the Gambia. Lies and deception, top down. This is a former activist. The trade minister was a former activist. A doctor, they say. Can't speak, can't act, can't do anything for the country. A doctor, they say. Absolutely hopeless. Top down. The president speaks, you think he's just escaped from alien land. The VP speaks, you think you're going to sink. And the foreign minister speaks, you think, oh my God, I'd rather get crossed right now because I can't bear. Get me a mask. Well, we all heard what the president said when he came to London. He says we're part of the British Empire. The UDP said they're going to legalize same-sex relationships in the Gambia. Well, in Darbo's words, he's going to remove the ban on same-sex in the Gambia. He's going to remove the ban on homosexuality. That's what Darbo said in London. I'm not making this up because it was on Facebook Live and everybody heard it. So this is Darbo's policy, UDP's policy. So I'm sure he's consulting his members right now. That's what he said in London. Barrow said he is part of the British Empire. Barrow told BBC that he's new in politics. The man has been in politics for 35 good years or maybe longer. He's been in youth politics in school. He was my party's colleague in youth politics. Since then he's transported himself into the adult life. He's been in politics all his life. They told the British government and the BBC that Gambia was bankrupt. That's what a beggar does. The begging culture is in there. Slavish mentality. This is what we've got in the Gambia today. This is what the man calls democracy in New Gambia. I made tremendous achievement, he told Chatham House. Tremendous achievement. Well, the only thing that that man has achieved that's tremendous is the size of his waist. He's gone big. Doubled in size since he became president. And the only other thing he achieved is building a mansion for himself at the expense of his electorate. People are suffering. No medicine in hospitals, no electricity, no water, no security. And now they're bringing in policies of selling the Gambia for 5% oil. And then they're bringing in rules into the country without consulting their electorate. Hussein Dabo says he's going to legalize same-sex relationships in the Gambia. Well, if he takes the ban off, what does that mean? He's legalizing it. That's what he said in London. That in itself, I do not have problems, but you go and tell your members. Okay? Go and tell the Gambian people that this is what you want in black and white. Do not go telling British people and American people, oh, it's not a significant issue in the Gambia. When I go back, we'll take that ban off. That's what he said. I'll remove the ban. This is where we are. This government has announced $1.5 billion in contracts. Out of that, about 470 million euros has been released already. Or a large chunk of that has been released already. What did they achieve? Now they're bent on selling KMC. If they get that KMC seat, they get the Gambia. And 100% of the Gambia will be owned by people outside of the Gambia. Our fish stock is gone. Our environment is dead. Our economy is dead. Nothing is working. Our health services is dead. Even our roads now, our seaport in Banjul, the Senegalese lorries come and transport our containers within our Gambian land. You go to the port today, loads of Senegalese long vehicles, lorries parked waiting to carry our own Gambian goods and services and drop them at our own Gambian goods and business entities. Their public transport is run in the Gambia. Ladies and gentlemen, this is colonialism. Refuse it or not, our security, we don't have any secret. The next government that comes needs to build an entirely new state house. Entirely new military barracks. Otherwise, you will be in that state house and Senegal will be viewing your ass. You go into the bathroom, they see you dangling your things. This is where we are right now. I don't know why people cannot understand just that. It is shocking. It's deplorable. It's despicable. Makes me sick. We've given up our sovereignty, ladies and gentlemen. Gambia is gone down the dumps. We need to build a new state house, new military barracks, because right now, Senegal has got us in the palm of our hands. The next president that comes will be what America used to say when we were young. They took photos of Gaddafi naked in his bathroom. That's what Senegal will be doing to us. They'll be taking photos of our next president naked in the bathroom. They know every single turn in that state house. They know every single turn in our military barracks. This is how grave the situation is. We're giving up ourselves to another country to take care of us, to see our asses, to see our danglers. Our fish stock is gone. Now we have to spend 15, 20 years to replenish our seas with fish. A task that we cannot afford. We need to rely on philanthropists or Western governments to come and help us grow fish in our seas again. The baby fish never used to be caught by Gambian fishermen. They used the bigger nets with bigger gaps, so the baby fish can just slip through the net. The Senegalese come, they used nets with smaller gaps, so they were even catching, and they're still catching the smaller nets. Senegalese government is selling licenses for other foreign companies to fish in our waters. Yes, the IEC, voter registration is taking place. They're masking it under the pretext of replacing lost and stolen voters' cards, damaged voters' cards. But new voters are being registered again. If anyone disagrees, go and bring me the voter list for 2016. 2015 was the last time the legal registration of voters took place, in 2015. So if anyone is not on that list in 2015, they are not supposed to be on the list in 2018. They're transferring voters, an illegal act, treason. But does the IEC care? No, the IEC doesn't care. The IEC doing what they have to do. They're getting paid for it maybe. And now, Erin Energy, Fire Limited, and other interested groups, and other interest group, and the mafia, they are about to take the remainder of Gambia. They're about to take what's left of us. The APRC government is about to deal with them, ladies and gentlemen. We'll deal with them, and we'll deal with them significantly. And I can tell you this now. on Monday, if our executive want to go with the current plan of demonstrating, we will show IEC that we're not going to be pushovers again. That was the last time we would take any sort of nonsense from IEC. Let IEC go. IEC is just a few people. We are thousands of people. IEC can bugger off if they want. Who cares? We'll have a new panel or new members of the IEC. This is about Gambia. It's not about IEC. IEC is about to set Gambia on flames, and we must refuse that. We need to all go out on Monday and show this government that Gambia is not the same again. We're not going to take this. This never happened under the APRs. We were efficient. No two results. Never. No lack of leadership. We had great leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, it's got to a point where our government, our government is dictating our electoral house on how to proceed going into this local government election, this mayoral race. They've put so much in it. The amount of money they're pumping into it. We saw one of the guys from Bundung saying the UDP candidate for KMC is going to give every ward a cow and $50,000. Okay? This is how serious it is. They're going to give the Bundung ward a cow and $50,000. Each of the wards, 19 wards in KMC. Their Bundung rep was talking about it in the open. This is not me making it up. This is true. I'm not making that up. Okay? So here we are. Today is the APRC, and I'm saying to Gambian people, show solidarity to the APRC, because this needs to stop. You might think it's the APRC the receiving end today. It only takes a little incident to set the country on a very, very dangerous path. And we need to refuse it. I don't want that to happen. I want peace to continue to reign in the Gambia. That's what I want. But it is a collective responsibility for all of us to make sure Gambia is safe. Okay? We need to make sure whatever we do now is a proper democracy. A fake democracy is worse than the worst dictatorship. There's nothing worse than promising people something and not delivering, and delivering them the opposite. These people promised Gambians heaven. What they're delivering today is hell. The farmers' groundnuts have not been bought. The rainy season is a waste as long as our Gambian farmers are concerned. As far as our Gambian farmers are concerned. The peanuts are at Secos. Apparently the Seco managers were plotting to say to the Gambian people that somebody stole the money that they were supposed to buy groundnuts with. Peanuts are there, dusty, probably get infected by now, or get infested by maggots and other groundnut-eating bugs. That's after 25 million was given to our agricultural sector. They can't buy peanuts. Our farmers had to resort to selling peanuts to Senegalese for peanuts. Senegal is coming to buy it, because they're selling at a knockoff at a stupid price. The knockoff price they're selling it to Senegalese is not acceptable. That cannot sustain our families. They depend on matters like this, or farming seasons like this, or produce like that, to be able to deal with something. We cannot continue like that, ladies and gentlemen. It's not acceptable. Yeah? So this is what's happening right now. Yeah. Let's understand one thing. This is our country. Some things are beyond party politics. They transcend party politics, and we must stand up and refuse them, or stand up and fight together and make sure they happen, or fight together and stop them happening. Otherwise, we're going to end up thinking, oh, that's chap. The chap was saying it the day before. But the IEC will face APRC on Monday, and they'll face us in a difficult situation, because we're not going to back down unless our executive advise otherwise by tomorrow and tell us, look, we've consulted all stakeholders, consulted everyone, including our supporters, and we decided it's not the right time to go ahead and demonstrate. But the party will communicate officially to every supporter, every Gambian, and the government and the authorities if we're going to go ahead on Monday. And if we want to go ahead, nobody's going to stop us. We'll go to IEC and we'll make our feelings known. Our candidate for Basse or URR must contest. The IEC has got no grounds to disqualify him. Under the 3 acts that govern our electoral system, our candidate is qualified. We made that clear to IEC. We quoted all the 3 acts. But the IEC is bent on having a confrontation with the APRC, and Gambian people need to stand in solidarity with APRC, shoulder to shoulder. Let's face the IEC head on. This could be somebody else suffering next time. Today it's the APRC, tomorrow it could be somebody else. We have to refuse it. And the only way we can refuse it is by having one voice. Collective effort. Stand up together. Stop the malpractices taking place. We can do it. Why not? So now, I will speak to many of you. Unfortunately, I can't give you what the executive want to do in terms of the demonstration on Monday. The chances are it's going to go ahead. That's the executive decision anyway. But consultations are still taking place with the stakeholders and all parties involved, and we'll see what happens between now and Friday. We're going to go ahead. It's our democratic right to go out and express our displeasure at what's going on. We're paying these people to be in those offices. The election house has been constructed by APRC, or been rented or been paid for by the APRC government. Now it's there permanently. Even if it's there temporarily, we established it where it is now. The Independent Electoral Commission. Forget the physical building. I'm talking about the Independent Electoral Commission. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. What are we going to do? What will you do to make sure that the IEC plays ball? The IEC abides by its own rules. The IEC stops the conflict of interest and the uncomfortable relationship with this government, the UDP government. Nobody else is doing it. No other party is doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your eyes peeled. Please listen to the APRC. Look at us, listen to us, and put it at the back of your mind. Sit somewhere, and when it's quiet, a corner somewhere, and reflect and think whether the APRC deserves what it's going through with this IEC. After all, modern Gambia owes it all to APRC. You might have disagreements, you might have other things to say, but there's not a single soul out there who will deny that the APRC transformed the landscape of our country, transformed the intellectual capacity of our country, transformed our budget from 800 million in 1994 to 13 billion today. Every single road, every single bridge, every single tarmac, every single student who had a degree in the Gambia after 1999 probably owes it all to the University of the Gambia, set up by the APRC. The schools that were reduced from 15 kilometers, 10 kilometers to 5 kilometers radius per school, per catchment area. And that was on the verge of being reduced from 5 kilometers to 3 kilometers by 2020. That vision was alive and that vision was real. By 2020, the APRC government was going to make the university education free for all. No disparity, no inequality. Rich or poor, you had the ability. You got the chance. That's what the APRC government is all about. If we get into KMC and we're going to win KMC and we're going to win it clean, nobody's going to buy KMC because we make things happen and we make them happen for every single person. No social class, no economic class, nothing. We don't do that. We make people's dreams. We make things happen. We are the APRC. We do it together, big or small, poor or rich. You had the same opportunity, the same platform, the pedestal is there. Climb it if you've got the nerve or the skill or the ability. Climb it and shine. This is where we are. We have a government that was supposed to come and change the country for the better. No electoral reform. The only thing they're changing at the election house is the voter list and the rules. The rules haven't changed. They're changing the rules when it comes to certain people, and those certain people are the APRC. No electoral reforms, no constitutional reforms, no justice to the so-called victims. I don't know how some of these UDP people are actually supporting this government, because they said they were done this, they were victims of the APRC, their families been done that, and this government doesn't care anymore. Even their so-called freedom fighters who were protesting and go jail, they're not even being given attention that they deserve. They neglected them. The other time, the guy from Tujerang, he was complaining that they couldn't even see the president or the vice president. When one of their freedom fighters died, the president couldn't be bothered to go and pay his last respects. He just ignored him. I don't even know if he sent a condolence, public condolence, to show that he was praying to the family. So this is UDP. All they wanted was the life, the money, the wealth, the material that doesn't belong to them. They're all buying mansions. They're all building mansions within the space of 7 months in government as a government minister. It'll take a minister, government minister, with maximum savings to build a mansion in the Gambia. It'll take them 10 years to achieve it, to buy a $15 million a house, a $10 million a house. It'll take you 10 to 12 good years of maximum saving to be able to afford a house like that in the Gambia. Where are all these ministers getting the money from? The ministers want to audit themselves. The ministers want to look after the departments themselves. They want to police themselves. Now we're getting reports of voter registration taking place in a secret location somewhere. Yesterday, a sting operation uncovered how a family, an APRC family, was being given a bag of rice and $1,000 to vote for a candidate. And we know where that candidate comes from. We know which party they're representing. But anyway, that's IEC. You'll hear from the APRC soon. I'm going to move on quickly to the Army. CDS Masani Kinte, the scandal in the Army. They said the Army was politicized before. The Army is more politicized now. And I'll give you evidence of what's happening. You know the peacekeeping mission officers, peacekeeping guys that came. The guys that went to Darfur. They came back. Yes, I don't have problems with soldiers being paid our government currency. In fact, we need to encourage it. They were being paid at market value of the dollar, which is fine, because if they want to change the money themselves, that's the value they got. But this money was supposedly paid by the United Nations already to the Gambia government. The Gambia government decided to drip pay the soldiers. They paid them in bits. They paid them the first 350,000, and then they paid them a little bit, and then they paid them a little bit when the money's actually been disbursed a long time ago in dollars. There are a group of soldiers that went to Saudi Arabia for training for a month. They came back, and the army is refusing to pay them that money, but that money was already in the coffers. And now the soldiers are protesting. We've seen soldiers, 150 soldiers picked a few days ago. Yesterday they went to Dakar. Those soldiers most of them were those guys that were around Barrow, providing him security during the impasse or during the presidential campaign in 2016. Those are the soldiers, about 300 of them, the youth, the men, that they recruited quietly and illegally into the army, because every army recruitment was supposed to be announced. Unless, of course, it's for special services. It was supposed to be announced. They went quietly and recruited 300 Barrow loyalists, and now they're taking those loyalists to Dakar, Senegal, somewhere in Senegal, for training for 4 months. And they're paying them $10,000 each to go and train in Senegal. They were supposed to pay those soldiers up front, $40,000. They decided they're going to give them $20,000. They said they didn't have enough money to pay them before they left for Dakar yesterday. So those soldiers too, even though they were Barrow loyalists, left disgruntled and they're going to Dakar. And now they picked a separate contingent that is supposed to go to Mauritania for training. Again, a group of Barrow loyalists. They're going to go to Mauritania for military training. So this is the government. They said APRC had junglers. Barrow's got his own version. I don't know what he would call them. Maybe they'll be called hustlers, because the man is known for real hustle. He went to Germany to hustle, broke the immigration laws, open criminality that. He came to England, broke the immigration laws, got detained, open criminality that. That's what we have as a president today. I mean, what country picks somebody like that, with a character like that, to become president? How come this man ended up leading our country, our great nation? How come? Ladies and gentlemen, this is quite serious. And it's the same electoral house that's seen these people, that registered them to run for office, that's telling APRC, your candidate cannot run because he had a fine in 2013. Was it a criminal conviction? No. And they expect us to sit down and do nothing about it again. They want us to sit in our bedrooms and then start moaning, oh, IEC's done it again, or IEC done it again, and they get away with it. No, we'll have something to do about it. If we forego that demonstration, we'll have a response to send to the IEC, and they will be stunned. The Independent Electoral Commission. Independent. I think they need to scrap that name and call it Electoral Commission. Or maybe call it UDP IEC. It's a joke. Biggest joke of the century. We're in a very difficult situation. Nothing is working in our country now, unfortunately. And that same CDS, I'll tell you what's going on right now in the army. Now, the CDS, the army, he's the head of the army, Masani Kinte. He's the head of the army. He's got a prosecution wing. He's got a president of the court-martial. Those 12 soldiers that were being charged since last year were undergoing trials. And because they don't have evidence, but they want to spite them anyway, they're continually adjourning the sittings. And on Monday, this Monday just gone, they didn't tell the defense lawyers that the judge, the head of the court-martial, was not going to turn up. That's the 21st or the 22nd adjournment. Every single time, it's a flippant excuse they've given to the court-martial. Frivolous, petty. And the head of the court-martial took the excuse that was coming from the prosecution team. So these people have been detained illegally. They've been charged for something that didn't exist. You cannot charge somebody for plotting something on social media or via email or via telephone conversations without providing the transcript in court. You can only do that in a kangaroo court. You can't do that anywhere else. They charge them for plotting to overthrow the government via a WhatsApp chat group. They can have transcripts. They can have evidence. Even before they charge them, they should have had this evidence before they charge them for it. You cannot charge somebody without gathering that evidence and having it with you. The first day of sittings, no transcript. Second day, no transcript. Fourth, fifth, the judge made it absolutely clear that he needs these transcripts. He needs evidence, audio or written transcripts. Otherwise, the case is going to get thrown out of court. Then every single time, an adjournment. Or we got somebody, we got another witness, made up witnesses. One of the witnesses said openly, that he was being coerced or bribed. One of them apparently was offered loads of money. Whose money? Taxpayers' money. To go and make up stories against 12 men, gallant men, who served our army for years. Some of them captains, some of them lieutenants. They're being charged for trying to overthrow the government with no shred of evidence. Since last year, July, it's almost 1 year these people have been in detention. There's another separate group of 13 soldiers who've been in detention since March 17th, 2017. They've been in detention since 17th of March. Those ones haven't been charged. They've just been detained. Since 17th of March 2017, it's 1 year, 2 months, and those soldiers have been in detention. They haven't been charged for anything. Is that a democracy, ladies and gentlemen? When they say, oh, our newfound dispensation, our newfound democracy. What democracy? We heard UDP's leader, Ousainou Darboe in Barra, telling his militants to stop insulting people, to stop the tribal jabs, to stop that. Who started the tribal antics? Ousainou Darboe himself. He insulted all the Jolas here. Said they were all criminals. The prominent ones, he said, were all criminals. And then he said he diverted doctors from Buyam and Farafenni to take them to his home hospital in Bansang. In another country, that minister would have gone a long time ago. Ousainou Darboe wouldn't have been minister by now. He's trying to preach what he doesn't practice. That's what this government is doing. The president himself tells people he's achieved a lot. What did they achieve? Freedom of speech and freedom of movement. Was there any restrictions of movement in the Gambia before? No. Was there any restrictions of freedom of speech in the Gambia? No. But if you said the wrong thing, you got to stand up and defend it. In fact, during APRC regime, the radio stations tripled, quadrupled in the Gambia. Newspapers tripled, quadrupled in the Gambia. Yes, some people said things that the government thought were libel or slander, and they got picked up. Some of the treatment was heavy-handed, and I have to admit that. But ladies and gentlemen, we created some of those radio stations in the country. We gave them the platform, the environment to operate. We gave the newspapers the environment to operate. Who are they to say there was no freedom of speech and freedom of movement? This is crazy, absolutely stupid, and we must stand up. The APRC will do something about it. Don't worry about it. I'll come back again, and I'm going to talk about Gambia's relationship with Britain, especially Tony Blair, and I'll tell you what's happening behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you more, but that's going to be a separate time. I need to go back into doing something else. And thank you very much for tuning in. The IEC and the Army, the scandals are there, we know. We know, we're seeing them. They charged 2 officers, the generals, General Tamba and General Mendy, okay, for desertion. And I'll tell you what, let me give you an idea of what's going on in the army right now. The discrimination, the targeting, the witch hunt. I'll tell you what's happening now, okay? And this is fact, all right? So, they're charging General Tamba and General Mendy for desertion. The first soldiers to be charged for that in the Gambia. And before those soldiers, there are other soldiers that return. Okay? Now, that's a soldier, Major Salif Kaur, Navy Captain Moudu Baji, Captain Moudu Kamara, who's GAF CEO for Yundum Barracks Upper Basic School. Okay? Captain Ibrahim Sise, DH, the headquarters. Yeah, Job, Navy, and all the other officers that left the country during the impasse. They ran away. They ran away during the impasse. That's desertion. They come back soon after. Did they charge them? No. 7, 8 top-ranking soldiers that ran away came back. They ran away during the impasse. Why did they run away? One, they're cowards, some of them, maybe all of them. 2, they ran away and came back. They ran away without permission. They went away without permission, that is. They haven't charged them, but they're charging General Tamba and they're charging General Mendy. For what? Desertion. Okay? So they're picking those 2 soldiers. Why? Because they're closely linked with the former government. That's why they're charging them. The other ones that ran away during the impasse and came back, they didn't desert. In the army today, soldiers with the same qualifications, okay? Some of them have to beg to get commissioned. Soldiers with the same qualifications, some are being commissioned, some aren't being commissioned. General Masani Kinte is overseeing all that. The man who's scared of his own army. He doesn't go to the parades. He's scared of his own forces. The president of the Gambia says, oh, I think I trust my army. Yeah, well, that's a ringing endorsement, Sir Adama Barrow. I think I trust my army. What a ridiculous comment that was. What a ridiculous answer that was. I think I trust my army. Absolute madness. Total madness. So 2 people in the army can have master's degree each. One will get commissioned because they are related, family-wise. Tribalism. Discrimination. Yeah? So 2 people with master's degrees, one will get commissioned, the other one will not get commissioned. 2 people with bachelor's degrees from the same university, the University of the Gambia. Some are getting commissioned, some aren't being commissioned. Which army is politicized? Under Jammeh, people got commissioned. You didn't have to be his family member. In fact, the current CDS was a CDS during Jammeh's time. No discrimination. If you had the talent, you got promoted. That was a democracy. That was a properly disciplined army. Well-disciplined army. People got promoted based on their qualifications, based on their performance in the army. That was democracy. What's happening now is not democracy. You see, this is what I said. I posted it on Facebook and I said, those soldiers who left with Yahya Jammeh were given permission to leave the country with him. The list was there. He gave them a list of 400, I heard, and that was whittled down to the numbers that he thought he could take with himself. Well, he could take with him. They had consent to leave the country. They came back voluntarily, peacefully, and didn't create any problems. They left together with the head of state. ECOWAS, UN, and AU agreed for him to go with those people. And the Gambia government consented to their departure from the country, from the army, to go with the former president. So they've returned because they're Gambian citizens. They want to return, and they're charging them for deserting the army. What a stupid institution the army is. Is it even an institution? We've got 5,000, 7,000 soldiers. They disarmed all of them. Some of them that they thought were loyalists got posted to the military barracks across the country. They can't be near the president. A Gambian soldier dares not walk near our Gambian president. Oh, but he thinks he trusts our army. If you're a soldier, don't vote for UDP. If you're a police officer, don't vote for UDP. If you're a prisons officer, don't vote for UDP. If you're an immigration officer, don't vote for UDP. If you're in the civil service, do not vote for this UDP party, UDP government. Give your vote to the opposition. The APRC made Gambians proud of being Gambians. Vote for the APRC party. That's what you know. That's what you know made you feel like you're a real Gambian, proud of your Gambianship. Don't do what the Gunjur people did. The Gunjur people have their environment been contaminated, destroyed by this government through golden lead. But look at the local government elections, the council elections. They gave this government a ringing endorsement. Then the next day, once the results were declared, they're busy crying again. Oh, our environment is being damaged. We're going to take direct action. We're going to do this. You went and voted for somebody who's destroying your home, your habitat. You went and voted for them. You gave them a ringing endorsement. Yeah, we're happy. Continue destroying our habitat. Where's our level of intellect? That government is destroying your home. Well, you're going again and give them your vote. Based on what? Only in Africa, isn't it? Only in Africa. Seriously. We do not have water. which is the most basic. Gambian turntable is shallow. You go 10 meters down, the water starts oozing out. Shallow. We can't provide water for our own people as basic as water supply is. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. We need to build a new state house. We need to build new military barracks, and we need to take this country back into our own hands and administer it. Gambia is sold. 70% is gone. The 30% that's left is KMC. Go and talk to your family. Talk to your colleagues at work. Talk to your people in the street. Talk to everyone you meet. Tell them the 30% of the Gambia that's left is in the market right now. It's in the market. Erin Energy, Far Limited, Tough Global, all the other people, forces behind the scenes. I heard how Tough Global infiltrated the Wa Banjul group, Tahawal Banjul or something like that. Your environment has been damaged. Your sea is sold. Your air is sold. Your land is sold. Now your oil resources are being sold for 5 cents every dollar, or 5%. 5 cents every dollar is what Gambia is going to get from every dollar. 5 cents from every dollar for our oil deal, oil resources. That's how they're selling them. 5 cents every dollar. You're beginning to wonder why Tony Blair is very friendly with the Gambia right now. You're beginning to wonder why some of these people are pouring their resources and time and energy flying in and out of the Gambia now. You know why? This reminds me of coming to America. Lisa's dad, once he knew Prince Akeem had a lot of money, he became too friendly, changed completely. Too friendly. He became friendly to Prince Akeem. This is what Britain is doing to Gambia right now. Tony Blair especially. He's become too friendly with Adam Barrow. He's flown to Gambia 3 times. I'll tell you something separate. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. But that's a separate time. Tonight, it's all about APRC and IEC. Okay? And this is what I want you guys to understand. The Gambia is on the brink of total destruction by the Independent Electoral Commission. They're going to set our country on flames if we do not stand up collectively and show them exactly what we want them to do. And that's independent. No uncomfortable relationships, no ugly romances. We do not want the IEC chairman and the number 2 and the other people to be bidding for government contracts. These people are supposed to be independent. No conflict of interest, no buddying up with the government, no drinking booze with the government, no attire booze with anyone else. You're supposed to be independent, and they're paid well enough to be able to do that. If they're not being paid enough, let them tell us. Ladies and gentlemen, I will give you an update tomorrow, or our party spokesman and press secretary Sidinja will give you an update regarding APRC's plans to demonstrate on Monday. Plans are not yet. We're still consulting, but the overriding feeling is that on Monday we'll march the streets and we'll show IEC who the real Gambian people are, who actually owns that election house. IEC's got no powers. Gambians giving them that power. That's what they don't realize. What they have is fake power. Once the Gambians pull that rug from beneath their feet, they'll be on the floor. They'll bite dust. Let's be careful. There are times when things are party politics. There are times when things are country matters. Serious matters that we must all stand up together and combat. And this is the time. We are at that crossroads. We're at the junction. We're at the crossroads right now, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know where to turn, but every other option we have is a bleak one. Dark. No lighting. And I must end here. So what we'll do, I'll come back again and I'll look at stuff in detail. I'll be reading the acts under which IEC relied on to disqualify our candidate. And I'll read our appeal to the APRC. That will be a crucial moment at which we will decide we're going to go and demonstrate, and I'll give Gambians reasons why we're going to go and demonstrate. The IEC depended on the Act to disqualify the APRC candidate. We appealed and showed them exactly what the real acts were, exactly what the laws say. So they've rejected the appeal, and we don't know why. They have got no grounds to reject the appeal. That's what we'll be sharing. Okay? And I'll go into detail into how the voters list, voter registration has been dealt with. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll be back again real soon. Likely on Friday, we'll have further updates into exactly what's going on in the Gambia right now, politically, militarily, economically, and many other things. Thank you very much, and a good night to all of you.